Brace yourselves, folks. The United States Supreme Court is back at it with their accidental leaks, blending legal drama with a hint of slapstick comedy. A stuffy courtroom filled with solemn justices, meticulously debating the fate of Idaho's abortion laws. Suddenly, a loud oops echoes through the chambers as a document labeled "Top Secret Scottish Stuff" pops up on every legal scholar's Google alert. Cue the frantic scrambling of lawyers trying to spin. This is either a strategic move or a classic case of it mishap. In the realm of social media, the Biden administration's gentle nudge to tech giants becomes a sideshow of epic proportions. SCOTUS, in its wisdom or lack thereof, decides to leak its decision on whether tagging COVID misinformation is a heroic act or a violation of keyboard warriors' free speech rights. The only thing more entertaining than justice, Gorsuch's dissent, is the ensuing Twitter storm about who controls the memes. Meanwhile, Justice Clarence Thomas finds himself in yet another conundrum over what constitutes a gift worthy of bribery scrutiny, as he defends his collection of luxury cruises and gold-plated knickknacks as mere tokens of admiration. The public wonders if gifts will soon replace campaign donations as the currency of Capitol Hill. Through it all, SCOTUS manages to blend legal gravity with the comedic timing of a sitcom pilot. Who needs late-night TV when you have justices unintentionally spilling the judicial beans? So grab your gavel-shaped popcorn and buckle up, because in the world of Supreme Court oopsies, every ruling is a cliffhanger and every leak is a punchline. All right, folks, now buckle up. Trump's mail-in voting meltdown, a comedy of errors. In a whirlwind of contradictions and legal threats, Donald Trump finds himself caught in the very web of mail-in voting skepticism he once spun. Join us for a satirical dive into the absurdity of his campaign's latest legal antics. Picture this: Donald Trump, once the fiery critic of mail-in voting, now faces a reality where he desperately needs his supporters to embrace the very process he claimed was rife with fraud. It's a comedic twist of fate, as Trump's own words, once a rallying cry against mail-in ballots, come back to haunt him like a bad hair day caught on camera. In a campaign move dubbed Swamp the Vote, Republicans are now scrambling to coax their base into mailing ballots, fearing a repeat of past losses where Democratic mail-ins drowned out their election day hopes. Trump, in a rare feat of irony, must now convince his followers that mail-in ballots are safe and trustworthy, all while suppressing their urge to tweet his previous claims about their supposed dangers. Enter the Pennsylvania Values Pack, wielding Trump's own quotes against him in a digital ad that turned the campaign upside down faster than you can say. Fake news. The ad, cleverly edited to show Trump denouncing mail-in voting with a conclusive plea to stand against it, left Trump's legal team in a tailspin, threatening to sue under the Ku Klux Klan Act. They argue political intimidation, while conveniently overlooking the punchline that it's Trump's own words doing the intimidating. Meanwhile, the legal saga unfolds with all the suspense of a reality TV finale. Google pulls the ad for policy violations, but not before it garners enough views to make even the most seasoned political strategists do a double take. Is it deceptive? Sure. Is it legally actionable? Maybe. Is it hilarious watching Trump grapple with the consequences of his own rhetoric? Absolutely. As Trump's campaign maneuvers through legal mazes and the remnants of its own contradictory messaging, one thing remains clear. In the world of politics, nothing is sacred, and irony is the main course served at every fundraising dinner. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and witness the spectacle of Trump's mail-in voting meltdown, a comedy of errors where the only consistent theme is the unpredictability of political karma. Well, I have one more supreme comedy for you. Trump's presidential immunity farce. In a legal circus fit for the big top, Donald Trump's quest for absolute presidential immunity has turned the Supreme Court into a stage for absurdity. Join us as we unravel the baffling arguments and delays that have left the nation scratching its head. Picture this: Donald Trump, former reality TV star turned president, now argues he should be immune from prosecution, even if he orders the military to take out his political opponents because, well, presidency. It's the kind of legal acrobatics that would make even the most seasoned circus performer gasp. The Supreme Court, typically the bastion of legal sanity, finds itself entangled in Trump's web of immunity claims after rejecting a speedy resolution to the issue. Because who needs urgency in matters of potential presidential misconduct? They then waited until the 11th hour, literally the last day of the term, to even consider ruling on whether a sitting president can play Rambo with the Constitution. Enter Harry Litman, legal eagle from the Talking Feds podcast, who breaks down the absurdity with all the deadpan humor of a stand-up comic facing a surreal audience. He points out how Trump's legal team maneuvered like seasoned performers, avoiding direct confrontations with unfavorable rulings and ensuring the issue lingered like the smell of elephant dung in a courtroom. Special counsel Jack Smith, tasked with untangling this legal knot, opted for an all-or-nothing approach, arguing vehemently against absolute immunity for criminal conduct. Yet, in a twist worthy of Shakespearean comedy, Trump's lawyers sidestepped key arguments, keeping their eyes on the prize of delaying any potential reckoning until after the next election cycle. Litman, with a mix of bemusement and scholarly rigor, dissects how the court's delay tactics effectively grant Trump a de facto immunity cloak, at least until his next potential shot at the White House. It's legal maneuvering so deathly absurd. It could only happen in a system where justice sometimes wears the face paint of partisan politics. As the legal drama unfolds, one can't help but wonder if the Supreme Court, justices usually solemn and deliberative, are secretly relishing their roles as the lead clowns in this legal circus. Will they finally decide that presidents are not above the law, or will they continue to punt the issue like a hot potato until it fizzles into irrelevance? In conclusion, Trump's presidential immunity saga is not just a legal battle. It's a comedy of errors that leaves us all wondering if we've accidentally stumbled into an alternate reality where the laws are made up and the Constitution doesn't matter. Buckle up, folks. The show must go on, and the laughter is just getting started in this supreme comedy.